we've got a motion for reconsideration. A couple of people have asked to speak. I'm going to let's vote. All those in favor of the motion for reconsideration on the adoption of the Chamber's amendment to Senate Bill 39 will vote yes. Those opposed, no. And the clerk will unlock the machine. Have all members voted? Have all members now voted? So the clerk will lock the machine on the gentleman's motion. The yeas are 139, the nays 24. The House has reconsidered its action in adopting the Chamber's amendment to Senate Bill 39. The Chair has been asked whether or not the amendment may be further amended to make it clear. The answer is not at this time. The previous question has been ordered. While there may be a way to amend this amendment, no further amendments may be offered at this time. What purpose does Representative Gardner rise? Hold on just a minute. Hold on just a minute. And before I recognize you, let me get this procedurally set up correctly. Is there objection to the adoption of the amendment? There is objection. So, lady, move. Lady does move. What purpose does Representative Gardner rise?
Is it not true that this bill passed the Senate in a different version and is very likely to go to a conference committee in any case?
It's hard for me to predict what they're going to do over there. But as best I can tell, that most everything we send over there comes back in some form or fashion. Most everything. What purpose does Representative Lucas rise? You got Marta down there.
Parliamentary inquiry.
State your inquiry.
It's about the rundown. Mr. Speaker, based on what the representative is trying to do with the amendment and the person that was handling, in the truth, the person that was handling Senate Bill 39 said that she did not disagree, but there's some question about the defined way to do it. Would it be in order to make a motion that we postpone to a time certain so that they might get together to work out that language?
Previous question's been ordered on the bill, so any other motions would be out of order. I don't know of any. There is no way to withhold action on this amendment. There is no way. You either have to vote it up, down, or best to be withdrawn.
Well, you know, a motion to adjourn take precedent on all. But
I said on this amendment. I agree. I agree, Ann, but I'm not going to recognize you for that purpose right now. So,
well, Mr. Speaker, let me ask. There is no way that we can, even though the motion has been called.
You can move to put it on the table.
But, Mr. Speaker,
you always can move to put it on the table.
Speaker, I move that we put it on the table for a time certain.
I can't recognize you for that purpose. That is not a.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we lay Senate Bill 39 on the table.
Gentleman has the right to move Senate Bill 39. Are you talking about putting 39 on the table?
Mr. Speaker, isn't it true that the amendment that's to this particular bill, people have problems with the language per se? And that the lady who was handling Senate Bill 39 said that she didn't have a problem with it, but then there was a question as to what the amendment actually does if you're laying track. And what I'm asking is, isn't it true that if you lay Senate Bill 39 on the table, we have not reached day 30, that we can then try to get it worked out?
Gentleman is correct. The gentleman is absolutely correct. I thought you were talking about putting the amendment on the table. The bill itself. A motion to table is in order at any time and can only be trumped by a motion to adjourn. Gentleman has moved the Senate Bill 39 and all amendments be laid on the table. Does the majority leader disagree with that motion? Is in order. Procedurally, the gentleman is asking us to lay Senate Bill 39 on the table and cease all activity on it today. If it's laid on the table, we won't vote on any of the other amendments. It'll be sitting just the way it was before we called it about an hour ago. Now, a lot of parliamentary inquiries. So if this is about whether the motion that's before us now is a motion to table. I don't intend to debate a motion to table. What purpose Representative Shipp rise? What purpose Representative Miller rise?
Mr. Speaker, parliamentary inquiry.
State your inquiry.
If we lay this on the table, that means that we go back to the current formula as is. Is that correct if we do not take this back up?
No, everything's on the table. Everything's. Is this an open bill?
Yes, it
is. This is open. Everything is on the table. Whatever was on the table before the bill was called is back on the table. You can freely amend it, and yes, you could fix the amendment if you wanted to. However, what purpose Representative Gardner rise?
Parliamentary inquiry.
State your inquiry.
I'm not clear about this amendment. It seems to be more expansive than I had initially understood it, so I would encourage us to vote down this amendment at this time. If some of this kind of language is needed...
We're not voting on the amendment.
We're voting on the table.
We're voting on the motion to table. All those in favor of laying Senate Bill 39 and all amendments on the table vote yes. Those opposed no, and the clerk will unlock the machine. Have all members voted? Have all members now voted? So the clerk will lock the machine on the gentleman's motion. The yeas are 118, the nays 50. The House has laid Senate Bill 39 and all amendments on the table. Just to clarify, it does not go back to rules. It's on the table. It's on the table. It might be called up by any time that the chair wishes to call it, but the chair's not calling it today. I'm not going to... What purpose Representative Taylor rise?
I have a parliamentary inquiry, Mr. Speaker.
State your inquiry.
So it's now on the table. Is it up to the chair to take it off the table, or can a member make a motion?
No, this body can move to take it off the table. I said I didn't want to take up a motion. If you want to move to...
No, sir. I was just...
listen, here's the order that you can move to reconsider that action if you want to move to reconsider it. But the chair is not going to take up any more. We can take it up tomorrow if that's what we need to do. It'll be eligible tomorrow. If everybody will work through those amendments, it'll be a good thing. But does anybody you disagree with that, Mr. Keene, or what purpose Representative Keene rise?
Parliamentary inquiry, Mr. Speaker.
State your inquiry.
Mr. Speaker, is it not true that in the posture we're in now with Senate Bill 39 on the table, that if we do in fact wait until the next legislative day, it would give both the author of the bill and the author of that amendment time to sit down, craft the language, and present the amendment again? I'm afraid if we considered it today, we'd be back in the same situation we're in now. Is it not true?
Well, unless somebody can work through that. I mean, listen, whatever this body wants to do is my job, but right now it's on the table. Representative Smyrie, what purpose do you rise? Seems to me that I'm about to call another bill. If y'all want to work on that amendment, if somebody wants to work on it, Mr. Walraven had a suggestion that wasn't procedurally appropriate. Mr. Walraven, my attorney, and I'm paying for a lot of them over here, they had a suggestion as I think to alleviate most concerns. And so if y'all want to work with Mr. Walraven, and if the body wants to call it back up in just a minute, we can do that. It'll be a motion to take it off the table and address it. What purpose Representative Ash rise? You need to hit the okay, now we got you.
A parliamentary inquiry,
State your
Mr.
inquiry.
Speaker. The problem is it not true that the problem we just encountered was with the bill and the amendments and the status in which they were? We were unable to fix the language